Hi guys, and welcome to Workstation 3. I hope you enjoy this presentation. What I want you to do is think about building a community of digital learners or a community of learners, and how come September, after the pandemic, or hopefully post-pandemic, how are you going to continue to use digital platforms to support your teaching context, your schools, your classes? How are we going to start off? Well, I firstly want to understand the different parts of a system, or what I suggest are what I call a digital learning community. And then once we figure out the components, maybe we can talk about how we use them. I could show you my platform, and obviously what I'm saying at the end is, you know, when you have the plan, when you have made your plan come September or come next school year on what you're going to use for digital platforms, how you're going to use it, how you're going to support your learners, how you're going to make it engaging. Remember, train down. If you have other teachers, make sure you train your teachers, because if they're not, everyone's using the same and everyone doesn't feel the same about these digital learning communities, they won't really work. So what I say, digital learning community, I mean a system where we're going to continue to upload homework, classroom work, so we're going to have a system with digital classrooms. If we're going to have a synchronous video conference platform like Zoom, or not connected, for hybrid teaching, well, that's going to be a totally different ballgame, isn't it? I also suggest a learning management system where you upload all your digital content that you've gained and you've made over the pandemic, because it's going to be quite a bit, and it's still useful, and it's now more than ever more relevant and meaningful for your students to go over and practice the word lists and practice the gaming grammar quizzes that you've made, and so on and so forth. I also say that we should have a strong sense of showcasing students' work. They do so much, they write so much, they draw so much, they present stuff, they read books. Why not have a system where we have a digital student portfolio? And then I'm going to go all the way up to, find and keep your way of messaging, whether it's Facebook messaging, Viber, whatever Instagram. Keep that messaging service going on. And then I talk about community platform myself, where something like Facebook groups, where I have class feeds, and we'll talk about that in a minute. And ways for students to get out there and express their opinions. Maybe a Padlet wall where you ask questions and they can actually comment, or a Google form or a Google Doc. One thing I didn't mention is at the heart of what I say a digital learning community is the gamification system. The other Workstation looks into gamification into more detail, and basically I just want to say that we use gamification is where we use game thinking. How do we play games? And we play and we're engaged, and I'm going to try again. Doesn't matter, I lost. Let's go again. And game mechanics like points, badges, leaderboards, missions, quests, challenges, to actively engage our students. So how do you keep track of points, the leaderboards and the badges you give? I'm going to go over and show you a system. I've built a custom system because I got fed up using different types of platforms like Class Dojo and Classcraft and Edmodo and Google Classrooms and Schoology and Canva. Google Plus, that was awesome. I really like the idea of Google Plus, and I think I based this whole application on the idea of Google Plus. I'm going to log in as a student and not as a school administrator, to make it look a little bit more interesting. So at the heart of my digital community is a gamification system. Oh, there you go, an instant message. We'll get a carnival. It's actually today. So at the heart of my digital communications, digital learning platform is a gamification system. A gamification system where credits are automatically logged for students, having a ranking system. Sorry, I hope this is going to be shown for 3 times and it's going to turn off. And then a system where, in the gamification, where the badges that they've gained for classroom management are kept in class. And obviously a school leaderboard. Who's first? I think Maritina is 8th. This is just the top 60, but We do have, like I mentioned before, a class system where we have classes, something like Edmodo or Google Classroom, where the teacher obviously logs the homework and what the students have to do, but there's also a Zoom link, a link to various other activities and the homework they get and stuff like that, yeah. Moving on, I do have an internal messaging system. We don't use Facebook Messenger, Instagram Messenger, because we don't want our teachers and ourselves having to be connected 24/7, you know what I mean? During the pandemic, you could get a message at 11:30 at night, ding, 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 teacher, I can't find the homework, can you help me, blah, 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 and you get all these, question marks because you haven't answered in the following 2 seconds. So we use an internal messaging system. We also have a digital community section. So a digital community section, let me have a quick glimpse of that. It's basically the school newsfeed, where we get to log as administrators the various types of announcements we want to tell our students, and various other announcements. Oops, I've got to turn that off. That's getting quite annoying. So, and the main school system also has a showcase where all the students' blogs, as they're getting uploaded, are shown. And you can see students are commenting on what's going on. I'm going to continue. And the student personal portfolio, I'm actually going to go into Apostolis' personal portfolio. Apostolis has been with us since last year, but he's got a personal portfolio where you can see his blog posting. He's quite an avid blog post, Apostolis, so he's been blogging quite a bit. And this is the idea of getting them motivated enough to do things on their own. We have other components. Let me just show you other components. Other components are the My Courses. Let's go into sorry about that. Let's go into the Senior B course. It's just a learning management system, like a Moodle system, coursebook selection. We have a permanent, instead of just a class newsfeed, we have a permanent section where, using the ING form, for example, we flip our lessons, or we just upload content. Here's a short video. Oh, sorry, here's a short video they had to read, that they had to watch. What else? Here's some the usage of form, and here is some flashcards where we're trying to get them to learn some of the key verbs of using the ING form. Obviously that's not it. We do have our games, things like word ball and stuff like that, and we have a complete section for word lists where we give them, where we give them the word, the Greek translation, or the Greek translation if need be, and a synonym or an example. Then they can play a matching game, and they can also do a drag text. I don't know if I can redo that. Unfortunately, I had already done it, and a spelling. What's this? I can't remember. Oh, rescue, yeah. Great. Moving along. Oh, other components. I'm going to finish with, really quickly, I don't know how much time I've gone over. I didn't want it to be more than 5 minutes. I just want to show you what information we can see as teachers. I'm going to go into Maritina's gradebook. Maritina's already uploaded her avatar and her cover page. We've got all the activities and the points and when they did it last, we can see. So for every lesson, we can actually see what they actually do. Oh, look at this, Maritina did some practice. Module 4, word list 6. She did a drag text. Maybe to practice today, maybe to practice for tomorrow's lesson. Great. So basically, that was it. That was my system. That was the idea, my idea of digital communities and what kind of components you should think about implementing. I did mention a couple of other ways like Google Classroom, Class Dojo, so on and so forth. Now for the task, I want you guys to go into the Padlet wall and brainstorm together what applications, what tools do you guys use in your teaching setting? Because there's not just one way to do things. Great. See you soon.